guys, how's it going?
Another day of trekking ahead of us.
Yes, we're still here in El Chalten, one of our favorite towns in Patagonia because of all the hiking opportunities. And today we're probably doing the second most famous hike that you can do from here.
So today is day 3 since we hiked 20 plus kilometers in one day.
Yeah.
Our legs are recovering and today we're going to attempt 18 kilometers. We are heading to Cerro Torre or Laguna Torre.
Laguna Torre.
We're not climbing the peak, you know.
There's one more difficult section right at the end that would push it to 11 or 12 kilometers. And we're just not going to do that because we want to feel good after this trek. So
this should be a beautiful trek. There's going to be a lagoon waiting for us at the end. Beautiful mountain views. We're going to be hiking through the forest. We've already ordered our lunchbox.
Yeah. And another reason we did delay, I mean, we were obviously stiff, but the weather's been bad for a couple of days. The weather's gorgeous again today and tomorrow. Yeah, so the only thing left for us to do is we'll pick up our lunch boxes. We're going to grab a big water and off we go.
Off we go.
Let's do this.
Let's go hiking.
You're a scrapper.
We found a helpful little map here.
We did. This is a fantastic signboard. So this basically is showing all of the stop points we're going to be having along the way. So we're going to be looking forward to a Cascada Margarita, which is a waterfall.
Yeah, I can see that off in the distance already.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
So it's coming up really soon. And then later we're going to get the mirador of the Torre, which is going to be amazing.
That's a lookout, like a viewpoint.
Exactly, the first viewpoint of the Torre. And then 5 kilometers in.
That's where the trail splits, bifurcación. That's the connection to a different trail.
That totally makes sense.
At kilometer 8, we also have a campsite. That's the Agostini. You can spend the night there.
Oh, that's what it means.
Yes.
My bad. I thought it was like a warning sign saying that's a more difficult
area.
No, I'm totally wrong.
And then kilometer 9.
Yes, this is where we'll be finishing, guys.
Yeah.
It's probably going to take 3 hours to get to this point. That's what the information suggests.
Yeah.
And this is probably where we're going to get the most iconic views and shots.
Laguna Torre.
And where we'll be having our picnic lunch.
Yeah, and up here it tells you it's 9 kilometers. Level intermediate.
Levels is intermediate. The trek we did to Fitzroy was labeled as intermediate up until that last like crazy kilometer, which is obviously considered as difficult. And so yeah, it should be a really easy hike today, to be honest. And there's less gain than the previous hike in terms of elevation.
Yeah, only 250 meters.
Yeah,
so that's doable.
It's gonna be a walk in the park compared to our last hike.
So one of the things we were told by the park rangers when we first arrived here at this park is to not let the dogs in town follow you, because the dogs are very friendly and they just roam freely. But this park has huemules, which is a type of deer that's endangered. So they're trying to protect it, and obviously having dogs here doesn't really help with that. So if you befriend a friendly pup, try not to let it follow you. Just be friendly with it in town. Well, we've made it to kilometer 1.
Guys, we are moving slower than a turtle today. We thought we might be at kilometer 2 or 3, but no, we've just taken so many breaks to admire the views. The most impressive being the waterfall. Oh my goodness, it was so grand. Just coming down in different sections and crashing into the river below. Just very impressive view. We also had views of Fitzroy as well, and some of the other mountains, and so it's just incredible views, and the weather couldn't be better. It's not that windy. We thought it'd be super windy because when we left town it was windy this morning.
Yeah, so I think we're shielded here.
We've been very lucky so far.
And we're hiking through the forest, which is nice.
Yes, it's nice.
Kilometer 2 means it is time for a snack stop.
It's more like a mini lunch. Let's be honest here. Our salad bowl broke again today, so we're gonna be eating some of that before it spills all over the bag. Let me show you what we've got. Show and tell.
Dude, show and tell.
So we've got a nice salad in here. I'm not gonna take too much of it out, but it's rice, mixed vegetables. It's really tasty. We had that last time. I'm seeing carrots, I'm seeing tomatoes, cheese. Oh yeah, egg and cabbage too. We have a turon and mani bar, which is peanuts. Basically,
that's nice.
Yeah, peanut bar. We've got an apple, just like last time. We got bottled waters, which are on the side of my backpack, and mini muffins.
Mini muffins.
And last but not least, several candies. It's a nice lunch, and we have 2 of these, so we'll probably attack one, not finish all of it, but it's a mini lunch.
Greetings from somewhere just past kilometer 3.
There's this beautiful little pond that just kind of revealed itself out of nowhere.
Ta-da!
I was going around a bend. I was like, Audrey, you gotta see this. Beautiful.
Very nice.
This hike is turning out to be everything that I'd hoped for and more. I think one of the reasons I like it so much is that it hasn't been as crowded. There are definitely people hiking here. You do pass people, you do see people, but it's not a constant flow. You have sections where you don't see anyone for quite a while.
I think for people who only have a few days here in El Chalten, they're all trying to make it to Laguna Capri or Laguna de Los Tres to see Fitzroy. So this one gets a bit less traffic, but it is stunning. Also, we just went past the Mirador Cerro Torre, where you can see so many different peaks and the glacier.
We saw Fitzroy to the far right. We almost saw the very tip of Cerro Torre.
Yeah, today we've got some cloud coverage.
A little bit, but what we did see very clearly, and what was most impressive to me, was the glacier.
The glacier.
We saw that with full visibility. Yeah, this hike has just been phenomenal, and I don't know. I feel like because we've done the other hike and we know that we don't have a difficult part to do at the end of this one, we've just been taking it more easy, and I just feel there's no rush today. There's just
no sense of urgency.
Yeah, there isn't a sense of urgency, and I just feel so relaxed today. I'm just loving it, I gotta admit.
Well, guys, we made it.
We sure did. We sure did.
Made it to Laguna Torre.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Well, I think the second half of the hike went about 2 to 3 times as fast.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we just blasted through that area. Once you get by, like, what is it, kilometer 3 or 4?
Yes.
It's more or less flat, and you can really, really pick up some time, pick up some speed, and we did. And because I was beginning to think, like, oh man, are we actually even gonna make it today?
So I would say today's hike was more about the journey rather than the destination, whereas the one we did on the first day, it was more about the destination because that was epic. Today we got to the Laguna, and you can't see the mountain peaks; they're all covered by cloud, and the lagoon looked a bit murky.
Cafe au lait,
Yeah,
cafe con leche.
I think it's the lack of sunlight. It just looked a little.
It was the waters were murky. It's not that it isn't spectacular. It is. You have mountain ranges in all directions.
Yeah, and you have little icebergs floating as well, so that's cool.
Yeah, in comparison to Fitzroy, it doesn't have that wow factor though.
On a cloudy day.
Yeah.
Because if you could see those towering peaks, that would be amazing. I've seen photos of it, and it's like, wow, I want to see that. But today just wasn't the day.
But with that being said, I think I've enjoyed this hike more than the previous one. Well, in fact, I don't think I have. I know I have.
He knows he has.
I can say it now that we've done the full single length. In terms of the hiking experience, I enjoyed this one more. Oh, it's just amazing. I thought that there was a lot of variety on this trail.
Yeah.
There was like... we went through that forest area.
It looked like a haunted forest. We also went along the river.
Yes, there was a haunted forest area, but then there was a forest area where there was a lot of cover and the trees were bigger.
Yeah.
And I found that fascinating. Just so much variety in landscapes here. Great vantage points all throughout. And just a reasonable trail. You know, definitely an intermediate level. As long as you're healthy and you have decent legs and lungs, you can definitely do this hike.
Yeah. And now we are at Camp de Agostini. If you wanted to camp overnight, you could do so here. We came to use their bathrooms, and you know what? There's people cooking noodles on their little camp stoves, and I am so hungry.
I know.
Those ramen noodles taste amazing.
We're gonna have a big dinner when we get into town.
Yeah,
guys.
that's the plan.
We'll show you dinner. We're gonna get something hearty.
Yes.
There's gonna be wine and there's gonna be dessert. So stay tuned for that.
But first, there's 9 kilometers we need to cover.
We're not gonna film too much of that probably, but yeah, we have 9 kilometers to go.
Fast forward to the restaurant. Hello.
Hello.
He is here. He is joining
I'm
me.
joining you.
We never finished our video after we completed the hike to Laguna Torre.
Yeah, it's funny because we originally had planned on maybe having a Argentine fare with a bottle of wine, and
that didn't happen.
No, we I think like about 5 minutes back on the way back, we both had like this realization at the exact same moment. We want to have burgers again.
Hamburger.
We want to have another hamburger.
I want hamburger.
Because they are so delicious at Lazora. Lazora? Lazora.
The foxy lady.
The foxy lady.
The foxy gal.
Oh my gosh. Like those burgers, they kind of remind me of like a Shake Shack level burger. It's like gourmet burger. Really good craft beer and also loaded fries. And so that's exactly what we ended up having.
Yeah, so I went for the burger I had already eaten before, the spicy one with jalapeno peppers. It had hot sauce, it had guacamole. It was kind of like Mexican style, and it was good.
And I got one with bacon. Wow. And then we got cheesy fries that had bacon bits.
Yes.
So it was like, I don't know what the calories were, but I don't want to know.
They were high.
They were high.
We had burned lots of calories.
Yeah,
hey?
we sure did. So we needed it. We needed it. That's
essential.
That's the justification.
And we had beer. It was happy hour, so we paid for a half pint, but we got a pint.
That was awesome. Yeah.
You had a stout.
I had a stout. Oh,
I had a
delicious.
golden ale.
Yeah. I got to try some of yours too.
Yeah,
it was good. Really liked it. So we had a fantastic high calorie dinner, and then we weren't done. We ended up going for a waffle cone each at an artisanal ice cream.
Artisanal ice cream. I can't tell you the name of the place because it literally just said helados artesanales, artisanal ice cream, and we walked in, but it's on the main drive.
It was delicious. I ended up getting super dulce de leche, and then of course, and then I got a coconut one as well.
Yeah, I got mascarpone.
Yep, and pistachio. Yeah.
That's good.
So we sure jumped into food right away, but we should talk a bit more about the trek. Yeah. That compared to the previous trek we did to Fitzroy, that was a piece of cake.
Yes.
Absolute easy trek in comparison.
I will say you do climb the first 3 kilometers, but it's not quite as steep.
No.
And you also have a few lookouts along the way, so there's plenty of places for you to stop, rest, catch your breath.
Yeah.
It's not exhausting. And then after kilometer 3.5, it's very flat. You're like walking through a valley and you have the glacier in front of you, so that kind of keeps you motivated to keep going.
Exactly. And you can really pick up some distance quickly.
Yes.
Like I remember when we were going there, we spent I'd say half of the time in the first 3 kilometers.
Yeah.
And then from 3 to 9, we just like breezed through. And on the way back, because we were motivated by food, they say it's supposed to be like a 3-hour trek.
Marching.
And I think we did it in like 2 hours and 20 minutes. So that's how we were sore, tired, and motivated by our hunger.
Yeah. And, nothing was getting in the way of our dinner.
Nothing was getting in the way. We put our cameras down. We just we were on a mission for food. It was hilarious. But relative to the Fitzroy part, especially where you do that last hour is difficult on the other trek. This one was an absolute breeze.
Yes.
And I guess our legs were a little more fit with a couple days of rest.
Yeah.
And we just didn't come back feeling as sore or as tired. That's for sure.
Agreed. But all that being said, after we had our burgers, like we came back to the hotel.
Yeah, we were
just
done.
Laid in bed, and by like 8:39, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sleep. And that was that.
You know, in all fairness, I think it was a combination of almost 20 kilometers and also a little bit of a food coma going on. We had a lot of food in our bellies, but overall, a fantastic hike. I preferred this hike a little bit more, and for the hike experience.
Yeah.
Not for the viewpoints, but for the actual hike itself, I just felt, I don't know, it just felt very comfortable, very relaxing.
I think the views at the end would have been epic if we didn't have such horrible cloud coverage.
Yeah.
Like we could not see Cerro Torre or the other 2 peaks right behind it, and like that is just such an iconic image, like the 3 peaks behind the lake.
It is.
So yeah, it was just kind of gray, and like the glacier was all black.
Slightly muted, but you know, after that tiny disappointing moment, we started focusing on food, and we had pep in our step.
Pep in our step. There you go.
That's just we're foodies at heart. We pretended to be trekkers for the day.
So, there you go. That's what it was.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's that basically.
That's that.
Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.
Bye.